to go back a little bit because, as you know, I have my own company. But if I looked back to myself and if I would change my job now, it would be the image of the company, which I really would like. I would love to be proud to work in a company. The content of the job is another thing that is very important because there is a lot of time of your life is going into work. So the content needs to be good. The sphere in the company as well. Other important things are responsibility, of course, the salary, but not only the salary. If the job is not good, then the salary won't. A very good salary won't make the job nice. So it's an important one, but also the things to employ, to be able to go to trainings, education, so to be able to grow. And okay, I'm a baby boomer. You asked me for that. So career possibilities, maybe not now anymore, but in earlier times, career possibilities was a very important item as well. It all starts with motivation and being motivated. If you think that your work is important, you are appreciated, then that makes that you like to do the job in a good way. If you think what you are doing is not being appreciated, don't get any attention, then my motivation will go down. If I look back on my career, I had that several times, but at that moment I also was very clear, then I leave the company, because it's all about relevance, about what I say, there is a lot of free time going in your work. You put a lot of free time in your work, so you have to enjoy it. So if I have lack of motivation, whether it's caused by the company, the manager, the colleagues, or because I'm bored in my job, then I will quit. It's not only about salary. Salary is important. It makes, if it's too low, then you will get, then you won't be happy. But it's not the only thing. It's if I am being rewarded also for my work in a company, then I think that is something very important. I want to have contact with colleagues, manager, career possibilities. Those are things which, and study facilities, that is what are for me important benefits which I should have in a job. Or is a good contact with colleagues. Is that a benefit? But it is something which makes my job nice and challenging. At these modern times, it's both. If I look here, we had COVID. It's already it seems a long time ago, although it's only 2 years or something like that. Then we did a lot of digital things. I learned to deal with that, and it's very good. It's better to have a conversation like we have now via Teams than do it only by phone. But I want to have a mix of it. I want to have both personal, and I need the personal contact as well. If I have to choose, if I have to choose one or the other, I want to do face to face. My favorite, but we are trainers, is Zoom. There are so many possibilities, breakout rooms if you have a bigger group. It is most, in my opinion, most close to life. Maybe Teams has possibilities too, but I'm not so into Teams. But I like Zoom. But what I use is also Teams. We have mail, we have WhatsApp, whatever tools. I try to be to go on with the Generation Z, what they are doing, not on TikTok, but on the other things. I really like to go with them because it makes life much more easy. If you use all the digital things, artificial intelligence, all those kind of things, if they are there, I will try them. But if it's about digital communication, my favorite is Zoom. You told me this question, or you asked me this question, and what is stress? What may be stress for you is not stress for me. What causes me stress, that's what I was thinking about, is when some things are out of my control and are important for me. That makes stress. So I like to be involved, and I hope to have open communication. I try to organize my work, and their digital things are very important to have a workload which is to be done in a reasonable time. Some other questions go about overwork or more work. If I feel stress in my work, then I will talk to my colleagues. If I see people feeling stress in their work, I will talk to them too to solve it. Because if you have stress, you're not in your best mood, and sometimes it should be there. When we are organizing a nice event, like the event we did with EFTA, then I have some stress, but that's a positive stress. It's exciting about what we are going to do. But if it's that I can't do my job in the time which is for it, or I have to do things which are not able to do, then I want to discuss it with others and try to solve them. Until now, lucky me, I still I try to solve it, and so my work is reasonably good to be done in the hours I have, and so my stress is at a quite okay level. Now, in these modern times, it's both. But again, if I have to choose, here in the office, I like to be in the office. Although I can work at home, I have all facilities there, but I like the personal contact. But if it's international, like we are doing now, you win so much time with doing it remote and using the digital tools we have. So in these times, it's both of them. But only digital, like in European projects, we have that meetings, and you see a trend that at the moment that we are now in a project, and we have in a project of 3 years, we have 3 digital meetings. Luckily in the beginning, and then somewhere after 1 year, after 2 years, and then the final thing. So 4 meetings, I think. And for the rest, it's only digital. I feel and I see that people are less involved. If I look you personally in the eyes, and we have a relation, and a good relation, a personal relation, then people are more involved. So I think we should have the both of them and try to find a good way in it, and not only digital. Because if you have never met people, I feel, but maybe I'm wrong, but and maybe it's my age as a baby boomer. I feel too much distant, but I see also other people not being really involved. And if you see each other regularly, then you are. So, but here in the office, if I can go to the office, I will. But also, I want to have the flexibility to work at home, or also to work on other moments than normally. Normally, it's 9 to 5 here in the office. Sometimes I leave to go for sports at 3, and I will do something in the evening, and then it's at home with the laptop. Over time, you never can. You have a project and it has to finish. So, then there will be a little bit stress. You have to reach the deadline, and then I think that making some hours overtime could be asked from every employee. Although there should also be, if you are sporting on Thursday evening, you play football and you have a training, I think there should be some reasonability from the employer to say, okay, Wednesday evening, that's your evening, we try to do something. If overtime is done, has to be done on a structural way, so your contract, you are paid for 36 hours. Belgium, 36 or something like that?
38.
38, okay. But in a regular base, you make 45, then I think something is not going well. So we should talk about that and solve it. So because it's also a deal between the employer and the employee. If I buy a bread in the shop, I pay what I think a reasonable price, and I get what I paid for. And the same is for the employee. So yeah, sometimes overtime should be done, but the hours you spend extra, they should be written down. And when it's more quiet, you maybe take some time for time, as we call that in the Netherlands. And in that way, we should deal with it. It's a reason to decrease the stress factors, because we didn't make a contract for nothing. We made a deal on that. So overtime, sometimes, but give it back in time to time and not in a structural way. Yeah, I think when I look back on my career, if I wouldn't have done trainings, educational programs, an MBA, educating myself on the digital tools, because when I started my career a long time ago, we didn't have computers, or they just started with a computer. So you should develop every day yourself, whether it's a formal training, an informal training, or just looking what you are doing as a young guy, seeing something you do on your telephone and say, hey, Ruben, what's that? And to listen to you and to be interested in what the youth is doing, so maybe I can use it as well. And in my daily work, we are working with we have a project called Sustainable Employability, very original name, but it's about people who are above 50 years, and in the Netherlands they have to work till 67. Yeah, that's. But I see people at 50 thinking, I don't have to go to any education anymore. I don't have to learn digital things, which are coming on in a lot of functions, getting more and more like a guy who is repairing cars. He was educated to do it with a screwdriver and all kind of things, because he had to hear very carefully how it works. Now he puts something on a computer, and then you have the original cars with diesel and gasoline, but now you have also electric cars. So there is changing a lot. If you now are a 50-year-old guy, you will probably end in a complete different way of working in your same profession as now. So if you won't develop yourself in the last 17 years of your career, it sounds long, but it goes fast, I can see, then you have a real problem. You won't be able to reach your pension on a normal way. So I think education you have to do it yourself. You have to talk yearly with your employer to see, hey, what possibilities are there? Maybe you have ambitions to grow, and because now you are motivated. But if I do the same work in 20 years, maybe I'm not that motivated guy anymore, because it's boring and I do every time the same. So be aware that it's your own responsibility as well, but also the responsibility from the employer. I started with a secretary, a lady next to me, and I was saying, you have to write this and write that letter for me. Yeah, that function is gone. You have to do it yourself. So it's very nice that you are educated well enough to be able to make a letter, to know how you're doing, how you're sending it by post or digital, all those kind of things. So yeah, your productivity comes up way higher when you are educating formally and informally. Yeah, my future career. Now I think it's looking to my pension, which will come in some years. Yeah, I think I want to be able to do my job in a good way. It's very important to stay healthy. So not only mentally but also physically. So I try to do on sports to stay healthy, but also to end my career in a positive way. And that means that till the last day, I have to be sharp and not thinking now, oh, in 7 years I'm gone. So I don't have to invest in myself anymore. So yeah, we go on in the way you are doing. Feel yourself. Try yourself to feel young, and develop yourself till the last moment of your career. I've seen that in a colleague in the board of EFTA. He was getting his pension a few months ago on such a positive way, and I see a lot of people. I talk about that guys of 50 and maybe a little bit older. I see so many careers ending in a way that's okay, like a candle which is finished, and that's such a pity, because if you don't stop at a good way with your pension, you take it into your pension, and I don't think the years coming your start is not good. So go on the way you do it when you were 20 years or 30 years younger. That's my goal.